Hi and welcome to all the racing fans out there joining us for this pre-recorded show, which is recorded early doors on a Tuesday morning, and this is for the race meeting at Hollywoodbets Scottsville on Wednesday. And looking at the card, it looks to be a card where I think we can make a little bit of money, one or two tricky cards as is the norm. Let's get straight into race number 1, where number 6 with Andrew Fortune and Justin Snaith is your 11 to 10 favorite. Opened up even money, went 12 to 10, is now 11 to 10. There has been early support for number 3 Educator, who the stable from Dean Cannemeyer are expecting a big performance. Had a very nice type from 2 to 1 down 14 to 10, and then we go 8 to 1 and better the rest. So with the comments from Dean Cannemeyer, interesting, going 1400 meters first time, a One World, and this daughter of One World, we know the Dean Cannemeyer outfit, they certainly know how to train Group 1 winners, they've won at the highest of levels. And number 3 Educator, we can only take this one on trust, but the word from the stable is include in everything. Race day, watch this one in the parade ring, watch it go down to the start, and then you'll get a better indication. Now the Justin Snaith team with Andrew Fortune, and Andrew Fortune, well, welcome back. He's come back with a bang, absolutely thriving, and the horses are feeling it. They're absolutely cruising up, and he's doing the business. Justin Snaith sends out a son of Rafif, who's had the 2 runs to date in Cape Town, a 5th and a 4th on both those occasions. Steps up to the 1400, which could really suit this individual. And then once you look beyond those runners, number 2's got a place chance, and then you take your pick. Looking at race number 1, we are going to go with the Justin Snaith horse number 6, which is a son of Rafif and Andrew Fortune to win. But number 3, Educator, keep a very close eye on the anti-post support, and it's interesting going 1400 meters for the first time. Moving along to race number 2, which will be over 1400 meters, and the betting has number 1 Kimberly O'Hara, which will be the first selection, trading at 18 to 10. Number 2 Run to Rio, which is going to be the second selection, which is a 2 to 1. And well, not going to get too excited because number 8 Beach Palace is my third selection at 3 to 1. So I'm going the top 3 horses in the betting. I don't foresee a bit of a jolt here. So let's get straight into number 2 Kimberly O'Hara. Despite coming back from an 82-day layoff, has got a course and distance victory to the credit. It's a 3-time winner. And more importantly, JC Boerters will take the 4 kgs off the back. So with 58 kilograms on the back, I think this could become a 4-time winner. Like I mentioned, has a course and distance victory. And looking at the distance, 1 win over 1400 meters. So there's a lot to like. Loves the 4th and the 3rd box. Did beat Basi Rakfat earlier on, who did run a place the other day, and then also came through to beat Pongola, and we saw Pongola come through to frank the form with a short head victory. So I'm going to go number 1 Kimberly O'Hara to beat number 2 Run to Rio, who got that elusive second victory last time out on the turf. Beat Gorgeous Dude, and there's been plenty of winners from that form line. So 38 days ago, Run to Rio was seen out, and that Gorgeous Dude form line has really sparked up. And if you go back through to the earlier form, ran behind and neither here nor there in stronger company, and also the likes of Burning Man. Barring numbers 1 and 2, number 5 Future Saint, doubtful runner, did run the other night and ran an absolute cracking second, was only beaten ahead on that occasion. And number 8 Beach Palace, also a winner last time out, beating Whispers of War. So that's going to end up being one of my selections. Beach Palace there, and a horse that's going to have to just overcome a little bit of an awkward gait, but we'll leave that to the rider and Paul Lafferty's form stable at the moment. So a horse that you've got to give healthy respect to, but to be sweet and sharp to the point, number 1 Kimberly O'Hara to beat number 2 Run to Rio, and then we're going to be looking for number 8 Beach Palace to run a big race. Stepping on the gas for race number 3, which is due for 13:05, all things being equal, and this will be run over a distance of 1200 meters. So at Hollywoodbets Scottsville, it will be down the straight. and it'll be interesting to see because number 7, Yippee Kai Yay, is a first timer. And this 2-year-old son of Buffalo Bill Cody is taking on the elders. However, has been priced up 16 to 10. And looking at this Buffalo Bill Cody, the word from the stable is speedy sort, and they will be expecting a decent performance. So it all comes down to the first time of this race. And if number 7, Yippee Kaye, has the ability, a 700,000 rand purchase, should be able to make a winning debut. However, number 8, Wing Walker, the Lucinda Woodruff stable, they've been absolutely firing in Cape Town, and they've been having a whale of a time in KwaZulu-Natal. They've had a couple of winners here already from a handful of runners, and this horse, Wing Walker, ran a cracking second, has shown the expected improvement the last 2 runs. Tambourine Man, the form line has been franked. Not settled, ran on that occasion. So that's quite interesting. So Wing Walker down the lane, hopefully settles nicely, gets into a good rhythm, and should run an absolute cracker if the first time Yippee Kaye doesn't live up to the expectations. Did run 4th to Flying Finley in the penultimate run, showing the pace and stayed on, and unfortunately is a bleeder. Did bleed 3 runs back. So let's have a look. Ran 53 days ago, so I like the gap between them. Number 9, Call Me Wild, that could be the roughie in the pack. And the number 11, Good Omen, the word is a horse that's got ability, could just need it, but worth throwing into the equation. So it all comes down to how good number 7, Yippee Kaye, is for the Mike and Matthew de Kock stable, who are also having a whale of a time. Their stats are very high in KwaZulu-Natal. They're having winner after winner, and let's see if this one can pull it off first time at the track. And I'm afraid to say this is a race where you, the viewer, the lifeline, the blood of the game, you, the punter, are going to have to make your selection here, because race number 4, I'm afraid to say, is very, very tricky. Number 10, Kalibwana, showed good improvement last time out, so definitely a horse that you have to throw into all the equations, and there's 1 or 2 horses with a little bit of form. Looking at the betting, number 11, Limitless Sky, Calvin Abib for Wendy Whitehead, is your marginal 33 to 10 favourite. Number 10, Kalibwana, is at 5 to 1. Number 13, Fine Wine, at 7 to 1. And just looking at number 13, Fine Wine, promising introduction, although beaten in 6th position, went off at 100 to 1. And then the interesting runner is going to be number 15, Splash of Love. I had a word with Paul Lafferty the other day, and they said this is a very, very nice individual. Early money, 10 to 1 down, 7 to 1. Unfortunately, is drawn out at 15 down the lane. So that draw is going to be a little bit of a tricky obstacle, but the potential's there, and the Daughter of Master of My Fate, if the word is anything to go by, I think it's going to start a lot shorter in the betting. So 10 to 1 down, 7 to 1, and I foresee number 15, Splash of Love, shortening 4 to 1, maybe even 3 to 1 race time if the stable's going to have a go, and the confidence is given through to the connections. Limitless Sky is a horse who's had the 3 runs to date, finished 3rd in the penultimate run, well beaten, and in 5th behind Willow Gem. Very interesting, because Paul Lafferty will have a line. He trains Willow Gem, who won that race, and he's got Splash of Love. So with the favourite and Splash of Love, he'll be able to give us a good idea. And then barring those runners, Kalibwana showed expected improvement. And then I'm looking at number 6, Midnight Hour. I remember first time out there was quite a bit of talk for this verse and Geterix, the Andre Nell stable. And Byron Foster are having a really good time at the moment, and it is going to be one of those races where you're going to have to keep a close eye on the betting. But when push comes to shove, it's not easy to tip in this race, and Limitless Sky probably the horse to beat. However, the word on the ground, and number 15, Splash of Love with Muzieni aboard, if she's as good as they think she is, she should be able to pull it off on debut, if not too green. Next up will be race number 5 over 1,200 meters, and this will be due off at 14:20, all things being equal, running down the lane. And in this event, it's quite a competitive race. And the problem I have here is a couple of horses that have repaid me, they're running again. Namely number 5, Now I Got You. I've been waiting a long time for this horse, and last time out when priced up at 9-2, I thought today's the day, and we got stuck in on that occasion with Brevin Plakies. Managed to get the job done, went up to a 65 in the ratings, and once again Brevin Plakies will negate that with the 2.5 kgs off the back. Took a long time for this horse to get that elusive second career victory under the belt, but has built up, and maybe with the confidence under the belt, could once again run a cracker. And I like the fact that last time out they changed the tactics. They got this horse into the race early, and I think that made the winning recipe, because earlier on watching this horse, just didn't seem to pay attention, was messing around towards the center back of the field, and only got going when the race was on. But Brevin Plakies certainly warmed this one up, and certainly could go back to back. Once upon a time was a 106, and now racing off a 65. So last time out looked a good thing, and hopefully everybody got their money back tipping number 5, Now I Got You. But saying that, number 8, Double Olympic. If you go back 3 runs, they tried over the 1400, and we made this our value bet at 25-1, shortened down 6 and 7-1, and never shaped. Dropped right out of contention. And then last time out, I said this is the final push. It's now or never. Opened up around 7 and 8-1 down the lane, and this individual really enjoyed the conditions. Switched from behind them, and I must give Mxolisi and Mbuto a pat on the back for that ride. We got the money, 7-1 down 9-2, and eventually Double Olympic showed what he showed first time out, and just looking, he was a 92, he races off a 59. So this is a race where 2 horses I went in heavily last time out, and they owed me. Now we've got to make a decision. What do? I'm going to say we box the exacta, 5 and 8, because I can't put my neck on a block with horses that have repaid me and done well for me. And then once you look beyond those horses, number 2, Music is Life, and number 4, One Irish Rover comes into it. But number 5, Now I Got You, and number 8, Double Olympic, they both come back to their best, and who knows, in this day and age, anything's possible. Maybe they can hit the line as one. As we head on to race number 6, I'm going to keep this one short and sharp and straight to the point. I'll first give you the betting with number 9, Golden Destiny at 5-2. Number 10, Unbel D at 28-10. Number 12, Riverstone is 6-1, and then it's 10-1 and better the rest of the field. Right, so I'm just going to give you my selections here, and my first selection is going to be a 12.5-1 shot, which is number 7, Good Traveller. Here's a horse who has won twice over the distance, won twice at the course, and I believe at the price, this represents the value 12.5-1. Good Traveller has been a good soldier to us. We found him on the right days, and the Michael Roberts inmate, he's still an evergreen 6-year-old, and he'll be my first selection to win at value of 12.5-1. For second, I'm going to go with the Justin Snaith trained, number 10, Unbel D, the 3-year-old who beat Bluff on Bluff in the penultimate run, and third behind Gem King in a stronger race last time where the average rating was a 104. And we know the Justin Snaith team, they've hit the ground running. They're having winner after winner. After that, I'm going to throw in number 9, Golden Destiny, and a horse like number 2, Except Temptation at 16-1 could be a little bit of value. But when it comes down to the crunch, number 7, Good Traveller, he's been a good servant, and at 12.5-1, you can't go far wrong. Throw him into your exactas, swingers, and a little bit of an each way bet. Welcome back as we hit the turf running for race number 7 over 1,000 meters. And when you have a look at this event, there's a couple of horses who got some form, and I'm expecting it to be a hotly contested event. Right, let's kick off with the betting with the improving 3-year-old son of Global View, number 4, Agrado, off a very impressive victory last time out. From 3-1 is now 5-2. Number 11, Blue Holly, from 5-2 has gone 3-1. Rafa's Boy 9-2. Weiser's on Fire at 8 to 1, 10 to 1, and better the rest. Now let's kick off with number 4, Grado. Now, Roman Agent is a horse who had a high reputation in the Cape, ran against some decent opposition. And I thought on that occasion, Roman Agent, who they tried the blinkers and it went pear-shaped, that Grado found a ton of betting support. At one stage, it was as short as 16 to 10 from 4 to 1. And I said, if he wins this race, then he's decent. They brought him back from a 1400. He was slower length, but he quickened up in championship style. And for that, I'm going to say that number 4, Grado, will be the horse to beat again. Course and distance winner. And who better than Andrew Fortune to ride this individual? This is a particular ride that Andrew Fortune is going to absolutely love. He's a horse who jumps a little bit slow sometimes. He's given a bit of a chance. But boy, oh boy, when he finishes like a steam train. And Andrew Fortune, he's having winner after winner. And I think we could get the fortune here with number 4, Grado. Right, let's get that second position. And second, I'm going to go with number 5, Weiser's on Fire, the 4-year-old son of Captain of All. And now the money absolutely poured onto him last time out. And you got to feel for the supporters, because the money was down and then he went down to the start and he bolted. It was a 50-50 call for me whether they should have run him or not. They did run him and he trailed in. He pulled up, the vet examined him normal. But for my money, a horse who's run 800 meters at a 80% pace, for me, I sit on the fence and I wouldn't have had a bet on him. But for the guys who went in early, unfortunately, they had to play their cards. They took their medicine. And for me, it was a 50-50 whether he should have run or not. And the proof was in the pudding. He ran tailed off. No doubt they'll have a stable companion to take him down on this occasion, or take him down very, very quietly, because he's got the ability. He's the second Future Wolf in his Future Flow in his penultimate run, and then last time out you just totally draw a line through him. Watch him go down to the start if you're going to have a bet. And then number 11, Blue Hollyworth, a mention. And don't leave out number 8, Ibele. We saw the Louis Gerson have a double the other day, and the stable is certainly hot at the moment. But when push comes down to shove, I believe number 4, Grado, the horse to beat, and number 5, Weiser's on Fire, number 8, Ibele, my top 3 selections. Two races left on the card, so if you are looking to play the final double on the day, I'm afraid race number 8 for me does not look easy. Although the betting has number 1 Gurkha, the recent maiden winner in KwaZulu-Natal, your 2-to-1 favourite. I just believe that there's a little bit of opposition here. Number 4 Inkwele, 5-to-1. Number 9, Dapper, who I like a bit of, is at 7-to-1. And then number 10, Ricardo, at 8-to-1. And let me just have a look at the betting and see if there's anything else that sneaks into my equation. Yes, number 8, Jazz Festival, and number 2, the Ghost horses, worth throwing in at 10-to-1 and 16-to-1 respectively. Right, let's just see, no scratchings here. So race number 8, it all comes down to how much improvement number 1 Gurkha has made. Straight out the maidens, it's never easy. He's got 56 kilograms on his back. One thing I can say is that he really blew them away last time. We've seen Firelighter come through to frank the form line. His form lines are very decent, and they've obviously brought him for KZN for a reason. And from the best of the draw, he's got every opportunity to win. But my rule is I only back a maiden winner when I really see a top horse in the making. And Gurkha, he could be anything, so I'll sit on the fence with him. And I'm going to go with number 9, Dapper, as the value selection with the Duncan House stable. Ran 4th behind Real War the other day. Beat imposing 3 runs back, so has taken on some decent opposition. So number 9, Dapper for me, that'll be my first pick. And this individual's a 2-time winner. He's yet to win at the course, but I think he might be able to put things right. Then the other value selection, which is number 8, Jazz Festival. Now here's a runner who just needs a little bit of luck in the running, runs on late on, and this is a horse who's got a course and distance victory to the credit, so I'd be throwing that in. And then at around 16-to-1, the Ghost. Had it been a little bit shorter, I would have been a little bit more confident over a 1400, but a horse who has won over 1600, so let's take that into consideration. Daughter of the non-Platino with the 60 kilograms on her back as a 3-year-old, not going to be easy. And then, of course, number 4, Inkwele. That's probably the horse they all have to beat on that last run behind Down by the River. So healthy respect for this individual. And Inkwele carries 55.5 kilograms, whereas number 1, Gurkha's got the 56, so there's only a half a kilogram between them. And I think the 3-year-olds could fight out this event. So all I can say in race number 8, you're going to be the judge. You're going to decide if you're going to be with the favorite number 1, Gurkha, at 2-1. But I'm looking for a little bit of value here with numbers 9, Dapper. Number 4, Inkwele, you've got to give healthy respect to. And then horses like number 8, Jazz Festival, and number 2, The Ghost. They're certainly worth throwing in, and it can't harm your perm if they come through to win. So we move on to the lucky last, race number 9 over 1600 meters. And we've given you a race by race breakdown. We found a little bit of value here and there and 1 or 2 horses that you can have a little bit of a go on. And race number 9, let's just have a look. I am going to go with number 9, who is Q Wing. I believe this is a horse who's got the ability to win a race of this nature, has won twice over the distance. And I mean, if you go back earlier on Q Wing, although he's a 7-year-old, he's run behind Gladiatorian, Perilla to Connell, License to Thrill, Field Marshal. So you name it, Q Wing's been there, 7-time winner. And let me just bring up the betting here, because I fancy we could get a decent price. Let's see what Hollywoodbets is offering at this point in time. Wow. 33-1. So 33-1 Q Wing, almost 7-1 a place, and I can guarantee you that I'm going for number 9 Q Wing. The last couple of meetings, we found you some decent value at around 7-1, 12-1, and 14-1 around the country, and here I believe 6.6 and 7-1 a place. That's going to be my play, number 9 Q Wing, and he's going to be my first selection. I'm either going to be a euro on the day, or we're going to have a place bet and cover up. So 33-1, number 9 Q Wing. This is a horse, I believe, the 4 kgs off his back. He carries 56, whereas the recent maiden winner, Dancing on a Cloud, currently at 5-2, will carry 60 kilograms. So there's a big swing in the weights, 4 kgs, and Q Wing, I believe, could just be the value in this contest. Let me just pull up something here quickly as I get the devices to work. We've got a 7-time winner taking on a recent maiden winner who's been very impressive. So in my book, number 9 Q Wing at 33-1. Get stuck in early because I can see this horse shortening down 10 and 12-1 race time. Number 12, Dancing on a Cloud. Very impressive, and now it's going to be his acid test. Really quickened up last time from a neat draw, and with the racing experience, I think it's going to be a huge runner. Looking past them, number 7, Numzan comes into the equation, and a horse like number 2, Papa C. But win, lose, or draw, I'm going to go with number 9, Q Wing. And more often than not, I find the Garth Puller stable on the right side, and you always get some decent value. And for you, the punter out there, each way, Q Wing. And let's hope that we fly with the Eagles.